Hey, Brad.
Right.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to IBM Cloud SIG meeting today, January 30th. My name is Sadir Zala, and I'll be your host today. As usual, please keep in mind that this meeting is recorded and we'll make it available on the YouTube. So be considerate of what you speak about. Let me put the agenda in the chat so that you can have access to it. We're supposed to have Marky from SysDig present today with some of the work they've been doing with IBM Cloud in the open source space with the Kubernetes, but he unfortunately couldn't make it today. I think he and one of his colleagues, because they are stuck at the airport on their way back from Seattle to home. So he promised to do this in the next meeting. Meanwhile, we do have some updates. Let me share my screen. Gonna share here things. Okay, can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, light agenda, but some good updates here for everyone interested. So we had, last meeting we talked about a blog post that Richard and myself are working. So that post is out, and just for a like a quick overview, but this is out there. If you can, you can take a look. There's a link in the agenda there. But we basically covered, story of SIGs plus some of the presentations that we did at KubeCon in Seattle last month. So there are links handy now for introduction, deep dive. We had some good interaction with the cloud provider SIG leads. It was a good dinner and part of the dinner and later at the conference. So that thing is also sort of briefed here along with some of the email thread links there of the discussions. We also participated in the SIG meet and greet session, and that's where we made some of the new interested folks in the SIG there. But I also sort of briefed it here, some of the links provided there on the what was the SIG meet and greet. And that was pretty much it, like some, I think, 4 major activities. So the blog is there for you to take a look when you get a chance. So that was just quick mention there. And before we want to provide updates on the cloud provider code and, the work going on there, it's in progress. So that's where, before I hand it to Richard, I just want to mention that next SIG meeting, we will have a conflict for most of us, I guess, or all of us, because of IBM Think. The folks from like SysDig also going to IBM Think, and I'm sure a lot of other folks. So I probably will cancel that meeting if that sounds okay with everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll cancel that, and I think once we get back, we have a couple different presenters. Khalid will be presenting some of the updates, as you mentioned, to Richard and me earlier this meeting. Well, with that, let's share some updates on the cloud provider work we've been doing with Andrew Kim and other folks from the cloud provider SIG. So, Richard, why don't you go ahead and sort of walk us through the things in progress there?
Sure. I think if you open that CAP in progress, I think the issue says we actually need to create a CAP.
Yep, we need to create a CAP. That's true.
Right. So where we are with that is, well, we missed the official CAP deadline. I didn't realize it was coming up so quick. But I think that's probably not as big of a deal since we're out of tree. If we'll continue the work and working on the CAP as well. But what we did internally is we had a review meeting last week on our internal design and moving forward with the outer IBM cloud provider, and we'll basically take that as the foundation. I think we have most approvals that we need as the starting point, along with the KEP draft or outline, I should say, that we created for other tree providers. And we'll use those two items to create the KEP that we need for this issue. So I've been a little bit busy this week. I was hoping to have started it, but I haven't yet. Look for that in the coming weeks, and I'll keep people posted on the channel when we have that KEP ready for review. And the basic target structure that we're going to go with here, alpha is 114, beta 115, and then hopefully that will be our cloud provider in 116 that we can call stable GA. And that'll be aligned towards the end of this year. That is when we'll actually make our transition internally as well as GA externally. Questions on that? And if you do want to see the internal KEP, or I should say design that we have, concept doc, let me know and I can forward it to you.
I mean, I'm okay with that, but I don't know if others are interested, we can, or I guess it's a good progress to me with the KEP, as Richard mentioned, or we'll be seeking for exception. We're not really late like you mentioned, Richard. We also had some dependency, right? On the PR, which Andrew created, just got merged a couple of days back. So it seems like us and other cloud provider also were waiting for that PR, which now provides us a base to create that, to fill in those things, right, for the KEP. I guess, you know, once we have that ready, we'll go from there. I think that's a good, very good progress last week. So, any questions? Khalid, then one thing from I just had a question for you. I know you also mentioned, and Eduardo mentioned in one of the meetings last year, that from ICP side also we want to have something out there, as an, in open source way, so that folks, some of the customer can have access. We can discuss it later, but I think once we have the alpha out there, that would be the place, to add things there from the ICP as well, as in single cloud provider, right? So
Yeah, probably. I think we will have to look at that. We're starting to look at that overall cluster lifecycle management. So it might be good to connect this together with that.
okay, yep. So anyway, I was hoping that this would be a good update to everyone. That's something we've been working on this, and some of the folks in the committee, they are sort of excited about this as well, and should have more contributions to the SIG in general afterwards. So any questions, any comments?
One comment on, if anybody has time to help with any of this work, please reach out to me and I can.
Yeah. I definitely can help, Richard. I think I was telling Andrew that I'll be helping write the KEP, but yeah, other than KEP as well, I definitely can help out there as needed. Okay, great. Yeah, once I get the internal approval, then I'll help you and we'll get going on the external doc then. Okay, absolutely. That sounds great. Those are the two topics there, 2 or 3 small updates, as I mentioned in the beginning. Anything else from anyone? If not, then we can have, this is a small meeting. And then,
one quick thing I wanted to check, like instead of, and again I'm brainstorming here, instead of canceling our next meeting,
Mhm.
can we have like Twitch stream type conversation from thing? Like we'll have so many experts on IBM Cloud over there. So maybe like Jay Kitchener can come and talk about it, or Michael Elder can talk about some of the work that we're doing, or I'm sure Khalid will be there, so he can also like share some things that what's happening and what we're talking about IBM Cloud and IKS at the conference. We can work with Brad and other folks to see what can and should we talk about, but I think it would be
I don't have an objection to it. I guess maybe just from a logistics point of view, I don't know where I'll be or if I'll be in a client meeting
Yeah, I was
or
about to
other
say
things.
that. Yeah.
That would be my only concern. I guess if the timings could be such that it's early in the day or whatever, that might work.
Yeah,
And
bringing everyone together.
Everybody's going to be really, really busy. You know, usually Spencer's team just try to line some of those up, so I'm a little bit worried about duplicate as well. So let us noodle on it.
We can discuss offline, and if it works,
Yeah. But I think I like the suggestion, Nimesh. You know, because a lot of folks, the experts will be under one roof, right? We all will be there. I think the challenge will be to bring everyone together at the same time, and the Twitch schedule, as Brad said. So yeah, we can take it offline, and if we can, then we can have a that discussion there. So and then we can even upload the video on the YouTube Kubernetes community channel we have for the SIG, so that folks to take a look later. But yeah, so yeah, Brad, I think I will reach out to you, and we can and Nimesh, you and Khalid, and we can discuss, right?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, great.
And I actually won't be attending things, so I'll be a stable fixture in the fact that I could run the meeting and host it, and whoever's available, we can make it dynamic that way. So just let me know if you want me.
And Sadaf, I know I'm going to be with Michael Elder and Jake at office hours on Wednesday when we got to do the office hours, the presentation, the book signing. So there might be something you can bookend and at least get Michael and Jake if you can't get other people, and that gives you a lot of good content, I'm sure, from them. So we'll take it offline and figure it out.
Okay, all right. No, that sounds good, Brad. And Richard, if I heard you correctly, I'm sorry, I wasn't I was clearly hearing you, but did you say that instead of canceling the meeting next Wednesday, you can just open it up and see if anybody wants to join? Or
Yeah, totally. Like if you guys aren't available, I think I could run it next week if we have any updates. And if you happen to be available, hop on. We'll put you on the agenda, right? So I have no problem doing that. Just send me the technical details on how to run it, do all that bits, and get it up to YouTube. And I'll do that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. I myself won't be available because of my talk conflicting with the meeting time. With time right there. I think I'll be in the lab, conducting the lab. So, but yeah, I will send you the detail. And if anybody's joining, then we can have it recorded and sort of we can share, right? So that sounds good. Blish.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Thanks, Nimesh. So, well, I think that's a good short meeting. And we have a couple of things to discuss, which we'll reach out. And that seems pretty much it. If there is no other topic or question, wrap it up, call it a meeting, give some good time to everybody back. And I'm looking forward to see a lot of folks here at the thing in person, Khalid and Nimesh. And Brad, I'll be seeing him shortly here. So, all right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Take care.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.